Got ourselves Team Lemon over on the Team 1 with Moo. We got Shiny, we got also Smog as the Evoker, as well as the top Moo gonna be first up. This is my boy Obliv, also playing Fire, but then, oh wait, whoa, hold on, is it Rogue or is it Rick? It looks like it's Rick. Or is it the Rogue or Rick? And Rick got all the pets. And I think Rick is actually pulling his pets back. They didn't attack the Moo immediately. Is it the Rogue or Rick? Or is the Rogue just out, just in the corner, just chilling? I'm not even sure. Axos onto the top Moo though does go for a trinket with the Ring of Frost to stop the pets. This gives an opportunity to at least try to attempt to get over to Rick and maybe get some damage going. As a fire mage, as long as he gets some kind of like a slow on the guy, he will be good. The frost bolts from the images should help him out a little bit. Not having a trinket is going to put him in a bit of a weird spot. Does blink in or shimmer? I'm not even sure. Ultra is available. Does get himself at least the opportunity to reposition versus Rick, but Rick is actually rushing at him instead. Mortal Coil does connect, but moves super far away. Axe toss to follow up. Chaos Mother not going to feel good. Does get himself some shields. A Breath is going to be able to connect. Full War Stuff. B tier. All the damage is available. Rick does not pop a defensive for this one. Warlock Hellstone to reverse it. Does try to see if he can hit Moo with a slow. Moo's got himself instant cast, soul ripped out of his body, reducing some of his damage. That Pit Lord almost just dropped him though. That is so much damage. Does get himself a big shield to live that cauterize. Needs to sit down for some food. Pet is getting sent in, but it's slow. Whatever food you can get, the better. Oh, it's going to be on top of it. Wait, no, it didn't. Where's the Demon Dog? Where's the Demon Dog? Demon Dog did not spawn on top of the Moo. Oh, he's going to have to block it. Yeah, he's going to have to block it. Rick still has a wall in case he needs to. For Moo, he needs to land himself a setup onto Rick right here, right now. It's an interrupt. That's huge. That's a start. Does get next to him. Gateway. That's pretty bad for Moo. Great for Rick. Axe toss on that cooldown. Shooting power. Also not a great. Does get himself a reposition though. Into a blink. He does play shimmers then. He does play normal shimmers then. He does play shimmers. Wall. Fear spam. Does get a Pit Lord. Avoiding the Pit Lord behind the pillar even a little bit. Rick got up all that health though. Was that just a Warlock Hellstone? The fattest Warlock Hellstone in the world. He literally was kind of low and then top is back up to full. Probably one because otherwise you can choose the bug. You went first? Maybe, but if he got first, that's the only time he really does it, is when he goes first. You know, leg chip out for Lemon. Yeah, for Lemon. Rick ripping soul out of Lemon's body, but he's just getting locked down. Yeah, versus a monk, that is a lot of burst. If you don't have a wall or an out, because he just used gateway there versus the mage, there's just not much you can really do. Quartz is going in with a gouge kidney, immediate trinket. Oh, not a trinket on Lemon. Was that a one call point kidney? Because he got out of the kidney very quickly, but he didn't trinket, so that must have been a very, very short kidney. Did Quartz not press Shadow Blade's gouge at the kidney? Is that what happened? Or, yeah, because you used to do this thing where you would gouge, dance, which would give you free calm points, and then kidney. But that's not a thing anymore. That's not really a thing anymore. For Lemon though, that is a lot of damage. Big lockdown on by the Rogue. Does go for a trinket, knocking him up in the air. Cloak of Shadows. Not really gonna help against the images, which looks very 3D. Like the 3D glass is kind of 3D. What is it? 3D stereoscopic or something? I think. It's like a setting in Sony Vegas. For like to create a 3D type of like look, feel, or like distorted feel, sorta. Worth does at least back away from Lemon for just a second. For Lemon though, he is in an okay spot without a trinket, however. So for Quartz, who still got blades, we got him some blades and flagellation. I think he's going to be golden. No leg sweep out of Lemon for a second. Does go for full burst. Evasion out for Quartz. You still are going to have a go versus Lemon. You're going to have to do it. That's the opportunity. Big damage. This is it. Cheap shots need to be airtight. Does go for 4 in between, which is not great. Leg sweep outside of that stun. Fist of Fury locking him down. That is so rough. That ain't easy. Ain't easy at all to deal with. That is a lot of damage. Yeah, unless your stuns are airtight while you get to the biggest burst, there's just not much you could really do. Because Lemon in between of that got a 4 brew, and that's how you like immediately go from potentially in danger to now super healthy, very difficult for you to die. Volley doesn't quite connect with Lemon, unfortunately. Bird does get a full 100 mark on him though. But at the moment does get a stun around the corner with the rapid fire that gives him at least a little bit of damage. And whatever damage you can send behind the pillow with Lemon, that could also help as well. Whether you use like the explosive shot or whatever it takes. But Birdie though, whatever he's got, man, Lemon is gonna go for a full reset. Trinket coming out back in a few seconds with Karma back up and available. So Lemon is actually looking very healthy. He's got Celestial Condi and Zoen coming up very, very soon, avoiding one of the traps by getting knocked into the wall. As long as he's careful with that freezing. Birdie, Birdie, Birdie. That's an angle. That's an angle. That's an opportunity. Let's go for an aim shot. Does it connect? It does go, but an incap. Lemon just started to see if he can have a play off of it. Leg sweep ready to go with Birdie. Birdie with another freezing trap. Rapid fire is getting fired off. Massive strike with a wind strike. With slice and wins. That is huge. Does go for a Tart Trap. Aim shots are available. Condi's back up. That's going to be a bit of the pet sack. Main unit turtle here. That is still technically lots of damage. Does go for a bit of that healing. Karma is still on you for a little bit though. Knocking him back for just a second. Just got to find a way to live for a moment. No more turtle. He just him bot living. He just got to live. Freezing trap. Lemon knows he's not going to walk into it. He knows he doesn't have to walk into it. He's going to try to see if he can boop the guy. Does walk into it. Birdie, do you go for a reset? Sitting down for food with a camo? Yo, if you sit down for food while camoed, that'd be perfect. That'd be perfect right here. He does need whatever health he can to recover. He is not in a great spot whatsoever. Lemon, if he's careful, you should be able to see him. Wait. Wait. He doesn't see him. He does not see him. He actually doesn't. Oh, does he see him? I think now he noticed him. Nice spotted him. Nice spotted him. Camo is actually hard to see on the eyes. Like rogues are at least like, it's like you still see the model, but it's like kind of like dimmed down. But camo is like straight up translucent, so it does actually become harder to see on the eyes. Does get that one more kick than he did. It was Sarah's gonna be up next. Drop it down on Frozen over one side. Lemon tried to see if he could fight through this. Xerox, as long as he can, and honestly, the blizzards together with a frozen orb, that is some zonal pressure. Like if Lemon just stays behind the pillar the entire time with that orb and blizzard, that is eventually gonna take him down into a rough spot, honestly. And Xerox does try to see if he can get himself potentially an angle here with an ultra available. Does catch him with a quick Nova for a second. Hold on, Lance is still flying through. Capso a quick interrupt with the Vivify. Lemon will have to go for a Karma, but a block is available for Xerox. So like, do you just Karma? I think you just Karma. I think you just have to. Yeah, you have to Karma for Xerox. It's an opportunity to block if he wants to, or just wait. And this is where you can punish him. Lots of damage. Xerox! Oh no! That was some punishment. Hold on a second. Yeah, the mage is like, you know what? I could block this now, but I'm gonna wait until my health gets bad. But it's like, how low do you let that health go? Meteor down by Azures as his last man standing over for the team one. He's got through to go through after Lemon. If he can even take Lemon down, walking back into the Meteor, that's not gonna feel good. Diffuse does help him survive with a Ford Brew on top of it. That's he's looking all great out. So that's a lot of defenses used. Slice and Winds does not send him flying. That is BS, Blizz. Blizz, fix that. Slice and Wind should let you run. Should let, like, hey, I'm pretty sure you used Slice and Winds to like go, but he got caught by Pixel on the wall. That should be fixed by Blizz. Should definitely be fixed by Blizz. Smog gonna be up next. Trying to see if he can get himself some sort of a setup here. As actually giving Azures a proper chance for an honor duel too, so he's actually gonna be as much of a fair duel as it can be. I love seeing that, honestly. Azures does get himself a decent position. Got himself the range on Smog, and Smog just getting pelted from a distance. He knows he's gonna have to charge in there at some point. Nullifying Shroud immediately. So for Azures, unless he goes in for spell stealing, which you might just want to try to see if he can do it, Action is gonna spell steal those buffs from Smog so you can't get CC'd by him. So no stones or nothing. Knocked up in air. Massive Eruption 1. Does get himself an Ultra. Massive Eruption 2. That's still gonna be a lot of damage. And Smog still got himself plenty of eruptions for flying in. Meteor down. Azures does cauterize. Full burst onto Smog. Does blow him up, but barely survives it. Now got no block. Full burst. Shiny is ready for him. Does still have a trinket. Blinks are available. He can only keep the Feral at bay. For Shiny, he's got to get blades and he wins. If Shiny gets in, gets a full Feral Frenzy and some blades, he just wins by default. He just wins. Shields are up for Azures. Shiny trying to be extra careful with him. Does have Berserk. That's going to be a shift of power out for Azures. That is going to give him shields to work with. No block for a while. Ultra is available, so you could use that Ultra to reposition versus the Feral. Actually could get right behind the Feral and hit him with the breath. Actually may not be that bad. Blades are going to be massive. He's trying to see if he can pelt the Feral, build up that Mastery burn on him to counter him with his own dots. Blades for burns. And for Azures, he's got himself images at least to slow down the Feral. as well as a shield that's going to help him convoke, interrupts it. That's going to be an opportunity to get some damage going too. Azure's got to be very, very careful. Combustion coming out very, very soon. Honestly, that Ring of Frost is like the only safety you have. Sitting down for food, gonna get Shiny out of the pillar and trying to Moonfire you. But you have Breath. If you can keep Shiny in combat some way, somehow, you have a Blink for the next stun. That is gonna be Bleeds. A Blink will be available immediately. Breath, shields up ahead of things. Meteor, Shiny, just trying to see if we can waddle out of it. That's gonna be wall, needs to wall, needs to press every defensive. Azure's just pressing on the advantage. Can he finish this here? Trying to see if he can pummel the Feral down. Is it gonna be enough? Shields needs to be up right now. Barely any health available. Shields are back up. Oh! He pulls it off. Big Dimmy. 4 for Lemon. That is wild, but Azure's brings it back for his team. Let's go!